Most people think the market is a place where you buy stocks, hope they go up, and pray the timing works in your favor. That's what nearly everyone is taught. Buy low, sell high, wait patiently, and maybe one day you'll make money. But what if I told you that's not how professionals really play the game? What if I told you there's a way to get paid first before you ever own the stock and still end up buying companies like Tesla or Apple at a discount, or sometimes never buying them at all and keeping the cash instead? This is market 0 to 10,000. And this is what brokers don't tell you. Let's start with a hard truth. If you buy Tesla or Apple the traditional way, you're taking 100% of the risk and getting zero guaranteed return up front. The moment you click buy, your money is exposed to market volatility, bad earnings, rumors, inflation data, interest rates, and headlines you can't control. And yet, there's another side of the market where people are getting paid because they're willing to be patient. They're getting paid to wait, paid to say no, paid for setting terms. That side of the market is options. Now, before your brain shuts off because you've heard options are dangerous, risky, or only for gamblers, let me slow this down. Options are not inherently risky. Ignorance is risky. The same tool that institutions misuse for leverage is the exact tool patient investors use to create income and buy stocks below market value. And most brokers never explain this properly, because it doesn't benefit them if you stop chasing trades. So let me show you how this actually works. Imagine you want to buy Apple. Not tomorrow, not this second, but only if the price drops to a level you're comfortable with. Let's say Apple is trading at $190. You look at the chart. You look at past support levels. You decide, I'd love to own Apple at $175, but not at $190. Most people would do nothing and wait. Professionals do something different. They get paid for making tea. Professionals do something different. They get paid for making that decision. Here's how. Instead of placing a buy order and hoping the price falls, they sell a cash-secured put. That sounds complicated, but it's not. A put contract simply says this: I am willing to buy shares at this price if the stock falls there by a certain date. When you sell that contract, someone else pays you for it. They pay you because they want protection. You get paid because you're willing to buy at a discount. That payment is called a premium. And here's the key idea most people miss. You get paid whether the stock hits your price or not. If Apple never drops to $175, you keep the premium and walk away. If Apple does drop to $175, you buy the shares, but effectively at an even lower price because you already collected cash up front. This is not guessing. This is not hope. This is setting terms like a business owner. Let me put this into real-world language. Imagine you walk into a dealership and say, I'll buy this car if you sell it to me for this price. The dealership says no. So you turn to another buyer and say, if the price drops, you can sell it to me, but if it doesn't, you still pay me for reserving the offer. That's what selling a put is. You're reserving your buying power and renting it out. Now let's say you collected $300 in premium. Two outcomes are possible. First outcome: Apple stays above $175. Nothing happens. You keep the $300. You didn't buy the stock, but you made money anyway. Second outcome: Apple drops to $175. You buy the shares, but you already collected $300. So your real cost isn't $175 per share. It's lower. You got paid to buy. That alone flips the entire psychology of investing. You stop chasing price. You stop panicking over red days. You stop reacting emotionally, because red days are how you get filled. Now let's talk about Tesla. Tesla is volatile. That scares people. Professionals love volatility. Why? Because volatility increases option premiums. Because volatility increases option premiums. That means the more people fear Tesla, the more they're willing to pay you to take the other side. Let's say Tesla is trading at $200. You decide you'd be comfortable owning it at $170. Instead of buying shares and bracing for swings, you sell a put at $170. You collect premium upfront. If Tesla doesn't fall, you still win. If it falls, you buy at a discount. And if it crashes? Here's the part brokers don't like to say out loud. You were willing to buy it there anyway. The risk was already accepted from the start. This is what separates strategy from gambling. But buying stock at a discount is only half the story. What happens after you own the shares? That's where most people stop. That's where professionals keep getting paid. Once you own Apple or Tesla shares, you can sell covered calls. That means you're renting out your shares for income. You're literally saying, if the stock rises to this price, I'm willing to sell. And again, someone pays you for that commitment. If the stock doesn't reach that price, nothing happens. You keep the premium and the shares. If it does reach that price, your shares get sold at a level you were already happy with. That is called consistent income. Not because you predicted the market, but because you structured the trade so time works in your favor. This entire cycle is how capital compounds quietly. No hype, no moon predictions, no financial guru screaming into the camera. Just math, patience, and probability. Now let me be clear about something important. This is not about getting rich overnight. This is about replacing emotional decision-making with mechanical rules. It's about turning waiting into income. It's about becoming the person who gets paid by the market instead of paying tuition to it. People blow accounts because they trade emotionally. They chase breakouts. They fear red days. They sell at the worst time. Option sellers flip that script. They want time to pass. Option sellers flip that script. They want time to pass. They want nothing to happen. They want fear because fear inflates premiums. Now here's the part no one tells beginners. You don't need a large account. You don't start with Tesla if it's too expensive. You scale the strategy. Smaller stocks, lower share prices. Same logic. Market 0 to 10,000 is not about one trade. It's about stacking small, repeatable edges. Premium by premium. Month by month. Until 500 becomes 1,000. 1,000 becomes 5. And 5 becomes 10. And by that point, you're thinking differently than most investors ever will. You no longer wake up hoping the market goes up. You wake up asking, how much income did my capital generate while I slept? That's the shift. That's what brokers don't teach. Because once you understand this, you stop trading constantly. You stop over-leveraging. You stop feeding the system with emotional mistakes. You become selective, boring, profitable, and scalable. Now let me remind you of something crucial before we go further. This is not financial advice. This is education. You're not being told what to buy. You're being shown how professionals think. The power isn't in Tesla or Apple. The power is in understanding how money moves when patience is rewarded. And in the next part of this series, we'll break down exactly how people destroy this strategy by oversizing, ignoring probabilities, and turning a conservative approach into reckless behavior. Because the strategy doesn't fail people. People fail the strategy. If you want the market to work for you instead of against you, this is the foundation. This is market 0 to 10,000. And this is how you buy great companies at a discount while getting paid to